Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best ever.
Yeah, I believe so.
You're seeing just like a totally different beast. He's
Just
super
nonstop,
nonstop, and you can't
relentless.
You can't keep up with that.
Shakur, he boxes because he does step back, but then he comes in and jabs and tries to counter. That's boxing.
Joe Rogan reacted to Shakur Stevenson's dominant win over Teofimo Lopez, calling him one of the greatest fighters he's ever seen. He pointed to Stevenson's surgical precision, relentless discipline, and ice-cold calm in the middle of chaos, proving that pure talent, when matched with obsessive work ethic, can completely take over at the highest level of the sport.
It's hard work. It's just hard work. I believe that, but man.
Yeah, but state of mind too. Like he believes it mentally.
But it's the amount of hard work is extraordinary to get.
Stevenson delivered one of the most complete performances of his career, masterfully outboxing Teofimo Lopez over 12 rounds to claim the WBO junior welterweight title and cement his legacy as a 4-division world champion.
Reaction of it. Man, let me tell you, Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the fourth round.
After the fourth round?
Yeah.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know. It's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, he tried. He definitely tried. His dad was emotional. He wanted him to do better, but, this is boxing.
All three judges scored the fight 119 to 109, a
a
lopsided verdict that perfectly captured just how dominant Stevenson was
was
throughout
there
the
any
entire
moment
bout.
you had any doubt, or I don't know, but as the fight progressed, what were you seeing?
Well, actually, once I seen that he couldn't handle our hand speed, I really felt comfortable with that, I thought, that we could take risks and do more and whatnot, and as the fight went on, it seemed like it just got better, We was hoping that the pace would, kind of kick in with him and slow him down, but I think it did to a point, but I think, his overall performance, he did well, like I said, we give a lot of respect to him. He's a formidable opponent, and Shakur just stayed with the game plan and just outscored him. We wanted to get ahead on the scorecard from the beginning, so we took it from there and just tried to stay ahead.
Joe Rogan said that what has always stood out to him about Stevenson is his unmatched defensive mastery and pure technical brilliance.
Philly shell since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible.
Yeah. Defense, and he stayed, and that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy, I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah,
he stayed in the pocket.
He also said he's not
calling him a runner before.
Anymore.
He's not a runner. Yeah,
but he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Right. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite. Yeah. And just one of the best, it's as far as.
However, what made Stevenson's defense especially remarkable in this fight was how seamlessly he wove it into his offense.
I thought that Teo is an elite guy, and he basically made him look quite average tonight. 4-division world champion, 28 years of age. What can you say?
Did anything surprise you about Teo's performance tonight? Because I almost feel like he was running out of ideas. But
I just think Shakur looked strong. Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point. His footwork was incredible. It's his timing. It's his fitness. He's a complete fighter.
Is Conor Ben realistic for Shakur Stevenson next?
Hold on, guys. You can't go through there.
No. Conor Ben next.
We gotta get through.
We love that fight.
Shakur acknowledged Lopez's bravery for putting his title on the line, tweeting, "Thank you for the opportunity, Teo. I respect you for not being scared to put it on the line like the rest of these fighters." Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez, was visibly heartbroken and frustrated, unable to mount sustained offense, and left slumped in his corner after a fight that never went his way.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing,
Your
man?
thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to event like that time Kambosos beat you. You want to do it straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm gonna let my team do the work on that.
Teofimo, appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Haney publicly recognized Shakur Stevenson's outstanding performance, applauding the tactical precision and ring intelligence he displayed with a post saying, "Great execution by Team Shakur." Analysts and fighters flooded social media and commentary with reactions, calling Stevenson showing a masterclass, not just in offense, but in controlling risk and minimizing damage. Observers noted that Lopez struggled all night, because every time he tried to assert his aggression, Stevenson countered with sharp lateral movement, perfect timing, and clean counters. Even during mid-round surges, Stevenson's defense never faltered. He adapted effortlessly, forcing Lopez to reset, rethink, and ultimately fail to get inside.
Overall, everything.
I told y'all, man, 9-3, man. But I think Teo lucky. How many rounds they gave him? Did they give him a round? Fucking bum. Get Teo out of here.
What could Teo done differently in this fight?
Nothing. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing. He tried everything. What his dad said? I told everybody. That's what his dad said, right? I told everybody. Get out of here, man.
At what round did you feel like it was going to be just a takeover?
First round. I said it, first round. It's over with. It's going to be like this all night, man. All night.
Richardson, what's going to be next for Shakur Stevenson from now? What is going to be next after this?
I don't know. Whatever he want to do, man. Whatever he want to do.
Before the Stevenson versus Lopez bout, respected trainer and commentator Teddy Atlas analyzed the matchup, emphasizing that while both fighters bring elite athleticism and skill, Lopez's mental state might be the key factor. Atlas praised Lopez's power and physical gifts, but also flagged his inconsistency against top competition, noting that if Lopez wasn't fully focused from start to finish, Stevenson's disciplined, technical style could readily expose those vulnerabilities.
Listen, to me, you got to start with Teofimo's mindset. I mean, he's a terrifically talented fighter, but he can be hot and cold. And I think the hot and cold isn't really attached to his physical abilities or condition. I think it's mental. I think, is he in a mental good place? Is he mentally in a good place? I think that, I don't know if we know that for sure, but when he's in mentally a good place, he's a hell of a fighter. I think that what's interesting about this is that he might be the first fighter that Shakur has ever faced that can match him athletically. Speed, quickness, and surpass him in power. But match him with hand speed and leg speed. So that makes it very interesting. I'll tell you something that nobody would dare to say because it sounds ludicrous.
This perspective fed into a larger pre-fight narrative. Lopez had shown flashes of brilliance in his career, but sometimes carried a level of emotional unpredictability into big bouts, something that could swing momentum in a close contest if not controlled. By contrast, Stevenson's calculated style, defensive intelligence, and composure under pressure seemed perfectly suited to exploit any mental lapses, reinforcing the sense that this matchup was as much a psychological battle as it was a physical one.
I think if Teo, look, Shakur's terrific, and he looked great in his last fight, but I think that if Teo is right mentally, he could possibly outbox Shakur. Nobody would think that.
What makes you say that?
Because of what I just said, his athleticism. He can match him athletically. And he's got a good enough IQ of this sport in the ring where I think that he could, if he has the right strategy, and he's right mentally, I said that already, but he could actually make Shakur come out of his comfort zone and have to come forward, which is really not his forte. His forte is to be a great defensive fighter, turn defense into offense, and be a great counterpuncher. he could maybe make him come, like, get off, get out, use his legs, and maybe put the emphasis on Shakur to have to go take the risk. That would be interesting.
There's another fight that's been announced today, Chisora against Wilder. Two guys coming to the end. What do you make of that fight?
I just don't want to see nobody get hurt. I think that, you know, I love Shakur. He's one of my favorite people in the sport.
Stevenson is one of boxing's most technically gifted fighters, a former Olympic silver medalist with an unblemished professional record, renowned for his elite defense, southpaw movement, and pinpoint punching. He has risen through multiple divisions and now aims to capture title gold in a fourth weight class. Stevenson has openly stated his goal isn't just to be another champion, but to cement his legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats. Confident in his abilities and ring IQ, he insists he will overwhelm Lopez, claiming he has already seen the best of Lopez and believes he operates on an entirely different level.
People think the fight with Teo is either going to be you delivering a masterclass
or a knockout by Teo.
Yeah, or you getting into some type of brawl with Teo and end up getting knocked out, right? What are fans getting wrong about the matchup?
I think the fans is getting wrong about the matchup is where I'm not sleeping on that I know about Teo. Teo's a good boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He's boxer first. So we could say, oh, he's just going to knock you out. Or he's just going to... That's not him. He's boxing first. He's going to want to establish distance and range on the outside and try to beat me up on the outside. So I think that's the main thing. And also the biggest thing that everybody don't realize with me, I could punch. Everybody say, oh, he can't punch, and then boom, crack somebody, and then they laying down, or something may happen to where they hurt or something like that. So I think that's two big things where they don't understand.
Stevenson's move up to 140 pounds marks a pivotal moment in his career, as it will be the first time he fights professionally at that weight, facing a recognized champion in Teofimo Lopez rather than easing in with a tune-up bout. Many analysts consider this his toughest challenge yet. He's leaving the comfort of lightweight to face a physically stronger opponent who has held the WBO junior welterweight title and defended it multiple times. Stevenson has openly stated he's chasing greatness, uninterested in easing into the division, choosing instead a high-risk, high-reward opportunity.
Set this fight up, and I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level, and I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough set, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamont Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Teo, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's won belts at 35, won belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is gonna be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that.
Ryan Garcia took to social media after Shakur Stevenson's commanding win over Teofimo Lopez to share his thoughts on the action at Madison Square Garden. On X, Garcia criticized Lopez's approach, saying, "Not a good game plan from Teofimo," highlighting how Lopez struggled to adapt and was repeatedly outmaneuvered by Stevenson's disciplined style. Garcia's observation mirrored the broader consensus that Lopez appeared out of sync throughout the fight, unable to create openings or disrupt the undefeated southpaw, who controlled distance and dictated the pace. Social media buzzed with similar reactions, noting how Stevenson's tactical precision effectively neutralized Lopez's offense, leaving analysts dissecting where the former champion went wrong.
I mean, it didn't seem like it, but did Teo, I don't know, present any issues, or was there any adjustments he made that you guys had to adjust back to, or was
No, because, a lot of stuff that he did, we were familiar with and we game planned for. So when we seen it, it was pretty much he didn't bring his problem. He didn't bring anything different to the ring that he's been doing. When you plan for a fight like this then you gotta have another game plan, a plan A, a plan B, and plan D. So he only had one plan. He thought that he was faster than us, and he thought that Shakur was slow. So That's where he made his biggest mistake at.
Right. Did Shakur ever, I think at one point he said something about, like, he just said that he's stronger than him or something like that.
Shakur said, man, he ain't nowhere near as strong as me. So, that worked to his advantage and to his confidence.
All right, Shakur, so now that
I think Tio felt the difference, you know what I'm saying? So, you see, he wasn't aggressive. He didn't try a lot of stuff.
Terrence Crawford spoke highly of Shakur Stevenson, calling him the next major star in boxing now that Crawford has retired. He emphasized that Stevenson possesses all the skills, tools, and abilities needed to reach the top of the sport. Crawford believes that a victory over Teofimo Lopez would cement Stevenson as a 4-weight world champion and potentially vault him into the pound-for-pound conversation. As a 5-weight world champion himself, Crawford even suggested that Stevenson has the potential to match or surpass. That feat, he expressed full confidence that Stevenson could become a 5-weight champion, highlighting his belief in Stevenson's talent. Crawford added that Stevenson could achieve even greater milestones than he did, hoping to see him continue growing and reaching new heights in boxing.
Another time for Shakur Stevenson, now that you've sort of sailed off into the sunset, done your thing in boxing, is he the sort of heir apparent to what was your throne? Do you look at him and go, you've all the ability, you've all the tools, obviously you've friends as well as just someone who you've been in the gym with. Is he that guy now who becomes pound for pound number one if he beats Teofimo Lopez?
Well, yeah, for sure. When he beats Teofimo, he'll be a 4-weight world champion. I'm a 5-weight world champion. I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what I'm hoping for him to do.
Compared you to the 4 Kings, just something different. Who was your favourite of the 4, and stylistically, if you could have fought one of them prime for prime, who would you choose?
To be honest, I think I had a little bit of all.
Crawford responded firmly to the antics of Teofimo Lopez Sr., making it clear he has no interest in getting involved in their attempts to stir up drama. He explained that Lopez's father was trying to provoke him with clownish behavior to sell a fight, but Crawford isn't interested. He's retired. While acknowledging that fighters promote matchups, he stressed there's no reason to drag him into it now that he's stepped away from the sport. Crawford made it clear he has no intention of returning to the ring, calling the trash talk and attention-seeking unnecessary. He bluntly told Lopez Sr. to stop acting like a clown, noting not everyone finds it entertaining. His message was simple: respect his retirement, leave him alone, and focus on active fighters instead.
Only with you and Teofimo Sr., I know there's been a little bit back and forth, more from Teofimo's side. You approached the father, you told him something. What is it that you told him? Because I know he was trying to get some antics towards you, and it didn't get to you.
No, I just told him about himself. He know what I said, but he got to stop being a clown, everybody not with the clown antics and things like that just because he want to sell a fight. It's cool to sell a fight, but I'm not fighting. Leave me alone. I'm retired. You don't got to make antics at me,
When asked if he had demoralized Teofimo Lopez during their fight, Shakur Stevenson confidently said he had. He observed that Lopez spent most rounds just trying to survive and reach the final bell, unable to execute his usual strategies effectively. Stevenson described his approach as methodical, systematically picking Lopez apart, breaking down his defenses, and exploiting openings throughout the fight. Early on, he noticed a clear physical edge, telling his corner in the second round, "I'm stronger than he is." That awareness let him control the pace, forcing Lopez to fight reactively instead of proactively. By combining discipline, preparation, superior technique, and strength, Stevenson dominated the bout, leaving Lopez with few meaningful opportunities and proving he was the superior fighter that night.
I put the work in. I stayed disciplined throughout my camp. I was in tremendous shape, and T.O., he's a hell of a fighter, but I was the better man tonight.
Guys, just raise your hands, please, and the microphone will be brought to you. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, man. Great performance, obviously. Did you feel at some point that you demoralized him and he was just kind of trying to get to the finish line?
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I heard him a couple times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. I put on a great show tonight.
Did you think you was really going to beat him up that way?
Yes. Yes. I've been told you this. I told you this a minute ago. I said he's not on my level, and I proved it tonight. And shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. You're a hell of a fighter. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you went there and did what you were supposed to do. You dig deep and you did what you were supposed to do, and I'm proud of you, bro.
Shakur, hell of a fight, hell of a performance, right in the front. In the front, right in front. You seem to make it look real easy tonight. You know, it had to be very frustrating for T.O.
Keyshawn, at the party.
What did you think of Stevenson's masterful performance and Lopez's valiant effort? Share your thoughts in the comments below.